Hello everyone. Today we are going to read a very interesting biography called Who Was Albert Einstein? This book is specially designed for young readers like you. It tells the life story of the great scientist Albert Einstein. In this book, you will learn about Einstein's childhood, his life at school, and how he became deeply interested in science. Through this book, we will learn not only about Einstein's scientific achievements, but also about his persistence, curiosity, and spirit of exploration, which will hopefully inspire everyone to maintain the same spirit in their studies. Are you ready to follow the great scientist on an amazing journey? Well, let's take a brief look at this book. This is a biography. Can let us know more about Einstein. This book is very suitable for primary school students to read. Through the vivid story plot and educational significance can encourage children to pursue dreams bravely. Cultivated children's critical thinking and problem-solving ability. Okay, now look at this PPT. The 4 points written on it are the learning outcomes that we need master in this lesson. It's very important. Next, let's watch a video. This video mainly talk about Einstein's experience. Before watching the video, please prepare pen and paper. After watching the video, please complete the activity in the right form. According to memory, write down Einstein's important achievements.
Imagine that you are a ray of light. How long would it take you to reach the Earth from the Sun? Many times these questions seem strange, but I used to ask them very often. I am one of the most famous scientists, and I managed to change everyone's conception of the universe and the nature of time. My name is Albert Einstein, and this is my story. I was born on March 14, 1879 in Ulm, Germany, shortly before Thomas Edison discovered the light bulb. When I was 1 year old, we moved to Munich, where my father, brother and uncle set up a factory to make electrical equipment. Until the age of 3, I didn't want to say a word despite my parents' futile attempts, and they began to think I had a mental illness. In those years, no one would have thought that I would become a great genius. My mother, Pauline, was not interested in electricity, but she helped me be patient and taught me to play the violin. Music has become an inseparable ally for me, helping me think. At the age of 5, I got sick and had to stay in bed for a while. My father gave me a gift that fascinated me. I received a compass that charmed me a lot and inspired my curiosity to explore the mysteries of the world around me. At school, I was a very good student, loving math, but the teachers categorized me as weak in this subject. The truth is that I did not understand their way to teach. I liked to ask all kinds of questions, which was forbidden. It was impossible for me to learn anything without asking. I liked mathematics so much that at the age of 12, I learned Euclidean geometry on my own. In 1894, my father's company went bankrupt and my family was forced to move to Milan, Italy. I stayed in Munich to finish my studies at Leupold Gymnasium, and then I joined my parents. In 1896 I enrolled at the Polytechnic School in Zurich, Switzerland, but I was not very attracted to their teaching methods, so I spent most of my time learning physics on my own and playing my beloved violin. After graduating, I was unable to find a job at the university, although I would have liked to. When they were asked about me, my former teachers did not have a good opinion. Ask all kinds of questions. If he is not convinced after receiving an explanation, he begins to debate it instead of accepting it. The only job I found was at the Barna patent office. I was accepted the last, but it was a perfect job for me, because I was doing what I liked, plus I was paid for it. My job was to evaluate patent applications for electromagnetic devices. In my free time I meditated on the transmission of electrical signals and electromechanical synchronization, things that had aroused my interest for several years. On January 6, 1903, I married Mileva Marik. I had 3 children, a girl, Liesel, and 2 boys, Hans, Albert, and Edward. The year 1905 is called the miraculous year. This year my calculations started to work. For example, we have noticed that time and space are not always equal. If we travel at a very high speed, time passes harder. I discovered that nothing can exceed the speed of light, which is 300,000 kilometers per second. Thus was born the theory of restricted relativity. I soon became a teacher in Berlin, but my habit of asking questions did not disappear. I was going to understand the force of gravity. Due to these forces, objects fall to Earth, the planets revolve around the Sun and the Moon around the Earth. After working on this issue for 8 years, in 1915 I presented the conclusion of my research. To confirm my theory, an experiment was organized in 1919. The purpose of the experiment was to show that when there is a solar eclipse, the light of a star will deflect it. The experiment proved to be a success, and it was shown that light did not travel in a straight line. From here was born the formula E equals mc squared. This equation expresses the immense amount of energy hidden in a body that can be released both by the fission process and by nuclear fusion, processes that underlie the operation of the atomic bomb. I started to be invited to give lectures at international meetings, and so I quickly advanced in the academic world. In 1921, I received the Nobel Prize in Physics, but not for the theory of relativity but for my creation on the photoelectric effect. Because Jews were not tolerated at the time, I was given this prize with great difficulty.
After watching the video, I also want to ask you 2 questions. Look at the right border of this PPT. The first question: what is Einstein's most famous theory? The 2 questions: what impact does his line quantum hypothesis have on modern physics? Are these 2 questions a little difficult? Alright, I need you to discuss these 2 questions in a group and send a group leader to answer my 2 questions. Now, let's think about a question. Do Einstein's inventions have anything to do with modern development? What industry has been influenced by Einstein's achievements? When you think about this, I want you to think about real life. Again, like the last activity, group discussion. Students, let's look at the PPT. These 3 pictures represent the impact of Einstein's achievements on real life. In astronomy, medicine, and other fields are greatly affected. Students, pay attention to the 3rd picture. This is solar energy. It is Einstein's explanation of photoelectric effect. Now, solar technology has brought considerable convenience to people's lives. The second picture, medical imaging technology, is also based on principle invented by Einstein. The fourth picture was of outer space, and of course because Einstein's principle opened up new fields of astronomy. So, Einstein's achievements have a great impact on our daily life today. In this lesson, we have learned about Einstein's life and how his achievements affect us today. These modern technologies and development come from Einstein's ideas and discoveries, showing his big contribution to science and technology. I chose this biography because I want you to see Einstein's story from his children's education, career, and later life, giving you a complete view of this great scientist. The book explains Einstein's main scientific idea, which can help you understand this important scientist concept. To make you more interested in science and exploring. and to show the importance of never giving up and being courageous. Einstein's hard work and creativity when fracking problem can inspire you to overcome challenges and be innovative in your studies and life.